the hour this Wednesday morning. Thank you for joining us, Lagos. It's the last 1 hour of the show, the Morning Crossfire. I'm Sheriff Quadry. You can watch live on Facebook and on YouTube this morning. Facebook is Nigeria Info 99.3. YouTube is Nigeria Info 99.3 as well. Thank you for joining us. Today we are looking at the internally displaced persons, IDPs. You want to talk about their plight and what you need to know about the condition of the IDPs. I have joining me right now an associate partnerships and philanthropy officer of the UNHCR with focus on Islamic philanthropy of the United Nations Refugee Agency. Adamu Musa joins us right now. Adamu Musa joins us right now via the telephone. Mr. Abubakar, good morning to you.
Good morning, Sharif, and thank you for having me.
It's good to have you here. Before we get into our conversation, I think it's only natural for me to go through a few things about what UNHCR is all about so that our listener can understand why this is quite important. So the United Nations High Commissioner for Refugees, UNHCR, is the lead UN humanitarian agency on the ground that is mandated to protect people forced to flee their homes. Since 1950, UNHCR has protected the lives and rights of millions of people and helped them rebuild their futures. UNHCR has a unique mandate to protect and assist refugees, asylum seekers, internally displaced persons, and stateless people. UNHCR work globally to ensure that everyone has the right to seek asylum and get to safety when they have been forced to flee their homes due to conflict, violence, or persecution. They provide humanitarian and life-saving assistance. They work to protect refugees and the displaced, including the most vulnerable. They also help the forcibly displaced to rebuild their futures through access to education and livelihoods. And if you ask me, these things are not cheap, and they don't come they don't come prepared for. They just happen. Mr. Bakar, thank you again for joining us. Let's start from the basics. Yeah, can you shed light on the population of Nigeria's currently displaced people? Do we have a number? Do we have figures to this?
Thank you very much, Sharif. Of course, we do have the numbers. Just as a form of background, Nigeria is actually confronted by a worsening humanitarian crisis, which is actually complicated by the COVID-19 pandemic. And we all know the humanitarian crisis in the northeast of Nigeria, specifically what we call the Bay State, that is Borno, Adamu and Yobe State in the northeast Nigeria, which has been a protracted crisis actually for over a decade. Of course, the ongoing conflict in the northeast actually, which happened as a result of violent attacks that has been witnessed over the years, and then it became actually a challenge and rendered a lot of vulnerable population to demand for humanitarian assistance. When we talk about the numbers of IDPs in Nigeria specifically, we have different categories of displaced persons. The IDPs, for instance, which stands for internally displaced persons, in Nigeria, the number stood at 3.2 million individuals. So when I say 3.2 million, I'm not just talking about figures. These are faces of individuals. These are human beings. 3.2 million human beings that have been displaced in the whole of Nigeria. Now, breaking it down further, this 3.2 actually we have about 2.2 million of them that are in the northeast Nigeria. Okay. So, northeast Nigeria, of course, comprises of Borno, Adamawa, Yobe, Gombe, Bauchi, and Taraba. But out of these 2.2 million that are in the northeast, about 2 million are actually within the Bay State, that is Borno, Adamu and Yobe State. So
Okay.
we also have further down due to actually rising banditry in the northwest. Currently, we have about 500,000 internally displaced persons in northwest Nigeria. Katsina, Zamfara, Sokoto, Kaduna as well. So even in the north central, where Niger, Benue, Plateau, thereabout, we have also about another 500,000 internally displaced persons. So when you put all these numbers together, it gives you actually about 3.2 million internally displaced persons. But then that is just for the IDPs, that is internally displaced persons. We also have another category, which is the refugees as well as the asylum seekers. Now, the refugee and asylum seekers in Nigeria, the numbers actually stood at about 83,000. So when I say 83, when we put them actually further down, you have about urban refugees, which should
before we break down that, what do we mean when we say refugees and asylum seekers? Can you break that down for us? Who are these people?
Sure. So when we say refugees, actually these are people that are displaced from another countries and then they have found themselves in another country. For instance, if Nigerians actually that are displaced from Nigeria, they found themselves in Cameroon or they found themselves in Ghana, they became refugees. Or Cameroonians or Ghanaians or Liberians found themselves in Nigeria, they are now referred to as refugees. But when individuals are displaced within their own countries, for instance, Nigerians that are displaced in Nigeria, they are forced to flee their homes from Kano to Kaduna or from Borno out of their local government to the capital city within the same state that is displaced, as those ones are referred to as internally displaced. But the refugees are the ones that are displaced from another country. They found themselves in another country. Asylum seekers actually are individuals from another country that actually are seeking to be considered refugees in another country. That is, in this instance, whether as a result of persecution or whatever reason or attack or whatever they perceive as external threats or internal threats within that particular country, but they want to move to another country. They are seeking for action, they are seeking for permission, they are seeking for authority to be in that particular country. Those ones are referred to as asylum seekers. So they are seeking asylum in another country where they feel they will be more safe and they will be more accepted. So I hope that
yes, that's clear. You were saying that we have about 83,000 refugees and asylum seekers combined together.
Exactly. So we have what is known as the urban refugees. So the urban refugees are refugees that they find themselves within the urban centers. For instance, we have a lot of them in Lagos. We also have a lot of them in Kano. So this number stood at around 5,200. Now, the asylum seekers, just as I explained earlier, actually we have about 1,600 of them. So we also have Cameroonian refugees in Nigeria. So because of the crisis between Cameroon and the Anglophone around the Bakassi axis, of course, so we have about 77,000 actually Cameroonian refugees that are currently in Nigeria. So when you put all this together, both the refugees and the asylum seekers, you have about 83,000 in terms of figure.
Brilliant. Brilliant, Obakar. If you're just joining us, you're welcome. And we're discussing the plight of IDPs in Nigeria. We've got the UNHCR on the show this morning. Feel free to drop us your question if you've got any. And if you like to drop a suggestion or your take on our conversation this morning, please feel free to do that while we're streaming live on Facebook and on YouTube. Nigeria Info 99.3. That is Nigeria Info 99.3. That's how you can locate us on Facebook and on YouTube. Our WhatsApp number is 0809 597 5805 on WhatsApp. That is 0809 597 5805. Incidentally, there are a number of people who like to jump on the conversation even at this point. Perhaps we should hear from them when after this call. I'll come back to you, and I would really like to know the current state of internally displaced persons in camps in Nigeria. whether we have the numbers of these people in camps in Nigeria here. Good morning to you.
Good morning, Chef.
Yes, please. What's your name?
My name is Joy Musa.
All right, Miss Joy. Go on,
Yes.
please.
Yes, I'm one of the Boko Haram victims.
Okay.
I lost 4 children with my husband.
Okay.
And and I have gunshots.
Okay.
And I have children. My only daughter out of 3 daughters that are survived.
Okay.
And I'm in Taraba. Government, they have been interviewing me. I haven't seen any help from government. Professor Sunday Ocheche, the man that Tiwa Dajuma appointed to treat us before, nobody treated me.
Okay.
As I'm talking to you, I'm in one foundation sleeping outside, and I have this gunshot which Nigeria supported me to do 3 times operation. And yet I wanted to go operation, no way. And my daughter and my son has been frustrated to the extent that one Yahoo boy raped my daughter. We went to Banti. My name is Joy Musa.
All right, Joy Musa. Well, thank you for your story. I appreciate your call, but we'll see if UNHCR can intervene. Abubakar is still with us. Abubakar, is there anything you can say as regards Joy Musa's situation? She was also forcefully. She was forcibly moved out of his or her home rather by the Boko Haram melee. So we can tag her as IDP, right?
Yes.
Okay. What options are available for persons like Joy Musa?
Okay. So we work with actually the Nigerian government. So specifically, there is an agency responsible for internally displaced migrants in Nigeria. Actually, the head office is in Abuja, but they have different offices across the country. So in this kind of situation, that is the first point of contact for anything. So because UNHCR actually works with a government partner, so we just don't go into a country and start doing anything. Of course, we work with a partner, government partner that is mandated, actually hand in hand, because that one actually have the constitutional backing to do any other thing. So our first point of contact actually should be the agency responsible for internally displaced and migration, and then from there UNHCR can
now walk through the agency.
Yes.
Okay. Let's talk about we started with the numbers of IDPs that we have in Nigeria, and just so we're clear, I would really love to know the numbers that we have in camps, because I'm thinking that there should be some kind of disparity, the documented and undocumented. But please make that clear for me. The number of IDPs that we have in various camps in Nigeria, do we have the figure?
Okay, just to put it in context, I started, if you remember during my introduction, I started by saying the conflict in the northeast region actually has been a protracted one that has lasted for almost over 10 years.
Over 10 years, that's right.
Yeah, exactly. And unfortunately, this crisis actually was complicated by COVID-19 pandemic, which now become more of a challenge combining these two together. So when across the crisis affected Borno, Adamu, and Yobe State, we have about 10.6 million people. 10.6 million people. Out of the total 13 million actually that need assistance situated within camps.
Okay.
This is to say about 49% of this number have increased. For instance, in 2020, the number was around 7.1 million, and then now we have about 10.6 million. So that is to say, for every actually 4 in 5 people needed humanitarian assistance in 2021 within particular camps.
4 in 5 people.
4 in 5, yes, needed humanitarian assistance in various camps across the country.
Okay.
So The when you now contextualize or put it side by side with the Cameroonian Anglophone crisis, which has actually led to the influx of refugees into Nigeria since October 2017. Just to put it in perspective, as of December 2021, UNHCR as well as the government of Nigeria have registered over 73,000 Cameroonian refugees in Akwa Ibom, Benue, and Cross River State as well as in Taraba State. So, but for instance, presently, 49% of these refugees, Cameroonian refugees, live outside the settlement. Essentially, they're struggling to fend for themselves or do any other thing. However, UNHCR actually have settlements or camps, what we call camps now, what we are asking.
Right.
Cross River, Benue, as well as in Taraba State, where they now house or settle these Cameroonian refugees. Yes.
Indeed. Abukar, let's go for a break. We need to step out now and take a quick break. When we return from this break, we'll continue with our conversation because I'm particularly interested in the welfare of these people we have decided to talk about this morning because, like you said, these numbers are not just numbers. These numbers represent people. They represent families. They represent lives. They represent individuals that may be of benefit to the entire populace in the nearest future. So please stay with me. We'll take this short break. When we return, we'll continue with our conversation here on the Morning Crossfire. We're discussing the plight of the IDPs, and I would love to get your input on this conversation when we return. Stay with us, Lagos.
Everyday news brief.
The Nigerian Communications Commission has ordered mobile network operators
shaping our present and the future.
The vast majority of men and women of the police force are hardworking and diligent in performing their duties.
Policies and its makers.
I have been crying out. What is there in our time now is that the cost of government is too much.
Community and the dwellers.
Stop playing the ostrich. I came here now and the officers are saying I cannot exercise my right.
This is an infomercial.
Vaccines save millions of lives each year. The development of safe and effective COVID-19 vaccines are a crucial step in helping us get back to doing more of the things we enjoy with the people we love. It is important to be vaccinated as soon as it's your turn, even if you already had COVID-19. Getting vaccinated is a safer way for you to develop immunity from COVID-19 than getting infected. To register for vaccination against COVID-19, log on to nphcda.vaccination.gov.ng. That is nphcda.vaccination.gov.ng. Vaccines save lives. Hey, it's your deals plug, and as usual, I've got the most fantastic information on the market, and it's tailor-made just for you. For more than 1,400 years, Zakat funds have helped families cope in times of hardship. Today, we see some of the worst hardships suffered by Nigerian IDP brothers and sisters. And of course, as the number of people forced to flee their homes has grown, UNHCR's capacity to help has not been able to keep up. But your Zakat donation can change this. Of course, Zakat fund is now available in Nigeria to help IDPs who are Nigerians forced to flee their homes because of conflict. This year, you can dedicate your Zakat to help shelter and protect innocent lives, including widows, the elderly, and orphans. And there's one way for 100% of your Zakat to be going to the most in need. Please donate your Zakat today. All you need to do is visit zakat.unhcr.org/ng. That is zakat.unhcr.org/ng, or via bank transfer. The account name is UNHCR Special Account. The account number is 000-270-6104. The account number again is 000-270-6104. The bank name is Standard Chartered Bank, and the account name is UNHCR Special Account.
Everyone is proud of the doctor I've become. I'm grateful to a lot of people, but especially for basketball and the grit I built as I learned the sport. The rejections taught me to keep fighting. The long hours taught me discipline. Knockdowns taught me to bounce back, and those unexpected victories that taught me never to give up.
Nourish and energize your kids with Milo Active Go to help them succeed in sports, because the great they learn in sports, they keep for life. Milo, energy to go further.
It's time for the Golden
Easter deals.
What's that about?
Easter is here again, and Samsung is celebrating the season with some amazing deals on select devices. When you buy the Samsung A23 phone, you get a free Bluetooth headphone alongside. And when you buy the Samsung A53 phone, you get a free Galaxy Fit 2 smartwatch. And the deals will run all through the month of April.
What are you waiting for? Go get your device at the nearest Samsung authorized store and benefit from Samsung's Golden Easter deal this season. Hurry now while it lasts. Happy Easter.
Go all out, with all out. That's all my friends and family. Them bust my head, them send money. All more them go all out for me. Oh. All out, with all out. Plenty bills you got to pay. Sort amount today. Get the loan without delay. All out, with all out. Save money. All out. Invest money. All out. Begin jolly. All out, with all out. When I walk you there, I be not kill you there. Go all the way. All out, with all out. Save money. Invest money. Begin jolly. All out, with all out. When I walk you there, I be not kill you there. Go all the way. All out, with all out.
A lot. Your bank, your way.
Cup of coffee. Taste it, love it. It's a beautiful day. You better taste it, love it.
Enjoy the creamy coffee taste of Cowbell Coffee. Round the clock, it's really delicious. Taste it and you will love it. Cowbell Coffee. Taste the creamy side of coffee.
Now available in multi-pack pouches at 750 naira only.
At ShopRite, get all the essentials your family needs this Ramadan, like Cadbury 500-gram Bonvita beverage and 5 Luna evaporated milk for 2,399 naira 99 kobo, and 6 Malta Guinness bottles for 999 naira 99 kobo. Wishing you all a rewarding holy month. ShopRite, lower prices you can trust always. Prices valid till the 24th of April 2022.
I find the strength I need every time that I look into your eyes. And when the night comes, you hold me in your arms and you say, I'll never let you go, my sweet baby. You'll never let me down. No matter what I do, you love me unconditionally. You show up for me every day, no matter when I show you.
A mother's love is unconditional. Nothing serves this love better than a bowl of Indomie. So, show some love with Indomie.
We are delighted to announce 3 flights a week from Lagos to Johannesburg. We now depart on Sundays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. Come on board with us and let's go the distance. Booking now open. Visit flysaa.com, dial 01-270-268125 or contact your nearest IATA travel agent. Ready to go the distance with South African Airways.
God doesn't find that. When they talk about find out the remedy, they learn from where we did. Because to find it easy for me. I wonder that is what we say easy way for me. Now linking my NIN to my glow line. Don't tell me, Flo. I feel just first now pick up my phone. Go use the USSD code by dialing *109* my NIN hash. Quickly, I go just text my NIN to 109. I feel also visit glowworld.com/NIN on top my super fast internet. If I come the area where we say Glow World near me, let's just walk enter. And if you don't forget your NIN, dial *346#. You don't get them back. Some people there, they call the ask question. We don't call register for NNN. Don't worry yourself. Just waka enter any nearest Glow World. No let them disconnect you from all the amazing voice and data offers where they inside Glow. Linking your NIN. They're safe and it's 100% free with zero wahala.
Glow, grandmasters of data.
Are you looking for a reliable plumber? Wondering where to book your next massage? Or do you just need a piano teacher for your children? Then simply follow these 3 easy steps. Step 1. Download the Kai Help user app. Step 2. Create an account and enter your profile. Step 3. Create a payment wallet. And voila! Just like that, you've entered a world of limitless access to diverse service providers. Whatever your needs are, we're here to help. Kaya Help. Limitless possibilities.
Everyone is proud of the doctor I've become. I'm grateful to a lot of people, but especially for basketball and the grit I built as I learned the sport. The rejections taught me to keep fighting. The long hours taught me discipline. Knockdowns taught me to bounce back. And those unexpected victories that taught me never to give up.
Now you should energize your kids with Milo Active Go to help them succeed in sports, because the grit they learn in sports, they keep for life. Milo, energy to go further.
I find the strength I need every time that I look into your eyes. And when the night comes, you hold me in your arms and you say, I'll never let you go, my sweet baby. You'll never let me down. No matter what I do, you love me unconditionally. You show up for me every day, no matter when I show you.
A mother's love is unconditional. Nothing serves this love better than a bowl of Indomie. So, show some love with Indomie.
Bruv, you know they show this party again?
Nah, man. Feeling kind of tired, my G. We'll sit this one out.
See, that's a bomber, Sha. Entry and drinks are free. Hey, my guy. Now, you don't change, switch off.
You dey whine me? Person know they miss this kind party. You coming or not?
Free definitely changes things, and that's why you'll enjoy free delivery on thousands of products when you place an order above 4,999 naira in Lagos and Abuja only. And your delivery will be, you guessed that right, free! So start ordering your everyday essentials today on Jumia. T's and C's apply. Jumia, your everyday delivered.
No matter where you live, no matter how we be, I go always there for you. Anything where you chop or whatever you drink, oh, I cannot need it back for you. All I ask in return is that you treat me a little better. With time, oh, toilet cleaner, my hygiene now your own, oh, I know. Toilet cleaner, it's a win-win for me and you, so make me win, no.
99.3 Nigeria Info.
Your number one station for talk. Let's talk. This is Morning Crossfire on 99.3 Nigeria Info.
And we're back from our break on the Morning Crossfire 99.3 Nigeria Info. We have the UNHCR on the show this morning, and we are looking at the plight of the internally displaced person. Abubakar Adamu Musa has joined us via the telephone this morning, and we're having this conversation with him all morning. At first, we tried to establish some data and figure to back up the conversation this morning. Abubakar Adamu is a partnership and philanthropy officer, United Nations Refugee Agency. Abubakar, thank you so much again for joining us on the show this morning.
It's my pleasure. Surely.
Let's speed this up a little and talk more specifics right now. Could you please tell us, because I'm really interested in knowing the kind of challenges ravaging IDPs across Nigeria. Let's pick this one after the other.
Okay. Thank you very much, Sherry. I think there are various challenges actually affecting IDPs here in Nigeria. One of those challenges actually is health. Of course, we know that lack of basic healthcare support, and also poor health care facilities in IDPs or refugees camps actually can be a challenge. It has proven in the past that when IDPs and refugees do not have access actually to good health care as well as good health care facilities, it tends to affect their well-being and also state of health. Then another will.
So before we move away from that, there are no hospitals at any of the camps. No
there
medical. Okay.
There are hospitals, but,
Okay.
but of course, when you put them proportionate to the number of IDPs we have,
Okay.
actually, we need more. That is the point. We need more. And also, you also agree with me that some of the services being rendered within the camps, actually, so the healthcare personnel actually might not be able to accommodate the number of IDPs. So it can always be a challenge having large number of IDPs with just little healthcare personnel. So,
all right.
Yeah, so to put it in context, there are healthcare facilities, there are healthcare personnel, but actually more are needed because of the number of IDPs, which are quite overwhelming.
That's for the health. What other challenges do they face on a daily
Yes,
basis?
there are also challenge of what we call water sanitation and hygiene needs. So the IDPs actually, not only the IDPs, these are basic needs, of course, of every individual. So you also expect that within the camps, such needs actually should be around. When you have a camp, of course, there will be need for domestic water, portable water supply. So the need of boreholes, latrines, hand washing facilities, and even the schools and the healthcare facilities within the camps
Right.
will need all these boreholes, the latrines, as well as the hand washing facilities to improve the wash system generally within the healthcare setting. So unfortunately, the numbers actually also are not commensurate with the number of IDPs we have, which is quite also a challenge. Then another challenge is the livelihood needs. Of course, displaced people in most instances do leave their homes without anything.
Okay.
In most cases here, so they lose their source of livelihood also. So that means they need something to get them going because they're human beings. They need to survive. So it's not just enough to be giving handouts always
to them.
So so they need to be trained on income generating activities, which will serve as a source of livelihood for them. So this actually, such as sustainable agriculture, micro business, and life skill trainings are things actually that are needed within such camps. Then we also have what we call core relief items.
Okay.
Because of the number of these IDPs, these core relief items are a limited supply. Not rather a limited supply, but they won't be able to go around every IDP. So the core relief item comes actually in form of kits. These kits contain different items such as the sleeping mat, the blanket, the mosquito net, mattress, kettle, laundry and bathing soap. Also have the sanitary pad, jerry cans, as well as the solar lamp, all contained within this kit, so that each IDP actually within
these core relief items are never enough, correct?
They are never enough because of the number of IDPs that we have on ground. Yes.
Indeed. Before yes, go on, please.
Then we also have educational needs, of course, which is basic. So we inadequate schools enrollment for children within IDP camps, as well as the host communities. So a particular host community have a school that conventionally actually host, for instance, 10,000, or the provision for that host community is for that school to host 10,000 pupils, for example. So now we have influx of IDPs that are in thousands, hundreds of thousands, which actually stretch that particular school for the host community. So even when you provide schools in camps, actually, because of the number of IDPs, these schools are never enough. So this is also another challenge when it comes to educational needs for these IDPs.
Abuka, thank you. Before we continue, I also need to make an announcement here. Treasure Hunt, our treasure hunt here on Nigeria Info makes a return today. So we have the treasure that you need to go and hunt for on our mobile app. In case you don't have a mobile app, you should go get it right away. But then, if you have already, this is what you need to go and look out for. The picture of the latest APC presidential aspirant in the treasure hunt. That is the treasure hunt that you are looking out for. The picture of the latest. I'm not going to tell you the person's name. The latest APC presidential aspirant. His picture. That is what you need to go and look out for. The first person to find it and send us his or her details will be the winner of 5,000 naira for today. Just click on the picture once you find it and fill in your details. And bam, if you're the first to do all of this, then you become the winner. I will make the announcement at the end of the program. Now, back to our conversation on IDPs. We need to speed this up, like I said earlier. Let's talk about what the UNHCR is doing to support IDPs. I hear about Zakat Fund. Tell us about that.
Okay, thank you very much. So the Refugee and IDP Zakat Fund was a special resource mobilization tool that was instituted by UNHCR. Just to give you a bit of context, Islamic philanthropy is one of the most active tools or mechanisms that we feel actually can be a source of supplementation in terms of resource mobilization. This is because faith-based philanthropy, so when I say faith-based, it refers to both the Islamic as well as the Christianity point of view. But in this context, we are talking about the Islamic philanthropy aspect. Yes. So we believe that actually Zakat and Sadaqah contribution can make a significant difference in the lives of people forced to flee. Why so? Because when you look at the number of forcibly displaced people globally, 50% of those forcibly displaced globally, 50% of them actually from Organization of Islamic Cooperation member states. So that means
50% are Muslims, simply put.
50% from those particular countries. So that means Muslims, brothers and sisters, need to also come up and support their brothers and sisters. And then we check their various mechanisms and we realize that one of the strongest mechanisms that can achieve that aim is Zakat, because Zakat is not just a charity. Zakat is the rights of vulnerable individuals. And these IDPs, by every standard, actually meet about at least 4 criteria of Zakat recipients, whether they are the poorest of the poor, whether they are the indebtors, whether they are the wayfarers, stranded travelers, all of them they fall within this category. So that is why UNHCR actually in 2019 launched the Refugees and IDP Zakat Fund. So specifically in Nigeria, the Refugees and IDP Zakat Fund was launched last year, as a means of mobilizing resources from individuals across Nigeria, individuals, corporate foundations, philanthropies, high net worth individuals. Everyone actually can support, whether through Zakat and Sadaqah, just to support internally displaced persons in Nigeria.
I mean, when you talk about support, how does this fund support Nigerian IDPs and refugees?
Okay, just to give you a bit of context. Currently in Nigeria, there are over 3.2 million internally displaced in Nigeria, like I mentioned earlier. And these are men and women, as well as children, our fathers, our mothers, our sisters, our brothers, who have fled their homes as a result of violence, banditry, and they are in need of humanitarian assistance. You realize? So when actually these individuals actually are forced to flee their homes, like I mentioned earlier, they in most cases actually live without anything. So that means they are in need of resources and tools to rebuild their lives. And so UNICEF needs actually to put a way that this can be supported. So the Restaurant Zakat Fund actually supports in 2 ways. one of those is giving these displaced families core-relief items to provide them with immediate relief.
Okay.
Now, the second way is also to support these families so that they get ability to have means of earning resources so that they can also contribute not only to support their families, they can also contribute to other members of the society the way they were supported as well.
Right.
Also become meaningful individuals within their society. Self-reliance, actually, they have businesses of their own, they become entrepreneurs, and also they not just have jobs, but they create jobs also for others. So through the contribution of Zakat from the Refugee and IDC Zakat Fund, as well as Sadaqah from various individuals, Nigerians that are displaced, for displaced families, actually can be able to have core relief items for their households, livelihood, for agriculture, livestock or fishing activities, business kits with materials and items to support and set up their own businesses. And just as an example of impact, just last year, the Refugee and IDC Zakat Fund supported about 910 individuals from Zakat. So even though we hope actually this year with the support of Nigerians, we aim to do more. Now, aside from Zakat, also, we welcome Sadaqah donations as well. So Sadaqah donations are over. This is a Ramadan, a month of mercy, a month of Rahmah. Actually, so donations actually from Sadaqah are most welcome. Similarly, last year actually from Sadaqah donations that we have received from different corners and different individuals, the UNHCR was able to support about 3,699 IDPs here in Nigeria. Yes.
Quick one before we go to the last part of this conversation. With all the support that you've given, have we had any IDP individual or family left the camps as a result of this support?
Yes, of course. Okay, so last 2 weeks we had an event actually in Lagos here, and then just to show the impact of this kind of funds, we invited 2 IDPs that are no longer in their camps to give their stories, how UNHCR actually supported them, and because of the support, they were able to have a source of living now. Some of them they have also sponsored their children to school. They are no longer in camps. They are also supporting others as well.
Fantastic.
So we have different stories of that nature here.
Fantastic. Now, my last question and the last part of this conversation is how can Nigerians donate to the UNHCR's Refugee and the IDP Zakat Fund? What can Nigerians do? Those who are listening right now and they would like to donate, what can they do?
Okay, one thing I want to put clear is that irrespective of religion affiliation, anyone can support actually the forcibly displaced person this Ramadan, whether you are a Muslim, whether you are a Christian, whether you are a traditionalist, whether you don't even believe in any religion, you are free actually to support. And whether you are an individual, whether you are a foundation, whether you are a corporate foundation, whether you are a private sector company, you are free to actually support.
Right.
This support actually can come in 2 different forms. One actually is to donate through our website, and the website is zakat.unhcr.org/ng. That is zakat.unhcr.org/ng. That is one. Then the other option is just through bank transfer or through check. The check can also be written to UNHCR, but also through bank transfer.
Okay.
The bank name, of course, is Standard Chartered Bank. Standard Chartered Bank. And then the account name is UNHCR Special Account. UNHCR Special Account. The account number 00027061104. 00027061104.
I think we have to leave it here for today, but let me quickly run through the last set of information that you gave. If you'd like to donate via the UNHCR website, go to zakat.unhcr.org/NG. That's Zakat, zakat.unhcr.org.org/NG. Or do donate via bank transfer. Bank name is Standard Chartered. Account name is UNHCR Special Account. Account number is 000-270-6104. That's 000-270-6104. That's the account number. My guest this morning has been none other than Abubakar Adamu Musa, who is, of course, the Partnerships and Philanthropy Officer, United Nations Refugee Agency. Abubakar, thank you so much for joining us on the show today.
It's my pleasure, actually, and thank you for having me.
And we thank UNHCR for the good job that they do. If you'd like to support, please take a step, make a move today. Lagos, that's our show today on the Morning Crossfire. I am Sheriff Quadry. It's a pleasure, it's great, it's an honor to have been with you all morning. After the show, Jimmy Disu is next with Daily Digest with Jimmy Disu. When Jimmy is done, we'll join the techers on WhatsApp Lagos. You can find me on social media, on Twitter at Sheriff Quadry, on Instagram at Sheriff Quadry. Let's always do good. Let's always remember to do good, no matter how tight things can be, no matter how small. We can always give something out to somebody around us, somebody in need. And this action would definitely make life better for everybody. I'll see you tomorrow at 5 on the Morning Crossfire. Bye for now.
99.3 Nigeria Info. We are more than just radio. Subscribe to our YouTube channel at Nigeria Info FM. Check us out on Facebook at Nigeria Info 99.3. Follow us on Twitter at Nigeria Info FM and on Instagram at Nigeria Info FM Lagos for live updates as it happens. 99.3 Nigeria Info. Let's talk. 99.3